So let's put these on. Done. Just kidding. So, as I mentioned last time, I was missing the correct T-nuts because the mounting holes are different. Lighting's terrible. Because the mounting holes are different. This one's square, this one's round with a flat side. So I needed Roces T-nuts. My friend Anders sourced some for me, so I've got them now. Why they decided not to use the Roces T-nuts on these Roces specific sole plates is a mystery to me. I think the only thing I can think of that it could be is that the top of these is quite thin, and on the stock ones it's a bit thicker. And I think here in the front they might have had issues with the height of them, because I guess it needs to be thick enough to be strong enough, which is due to the material they use to print these rather than the injection molded sole plates that Roces makes. So yeah, when Anders came over yesterday, he couldn't wait to see it on skate, so we put one together, but I'm going to put the second one on together on camera. The first thing we will need to modify is this hole and the one in the back, because the T-nut doesn't actually fit in there. You can see that it doesn't go all the way in. So yeah, I'll have to drill that out a bit. And then the second thing is, of course, the mounting holes for the sole plate. As I showed you in my last video, they don't align exactly. On this skate, I had trouble getting it on, but I managed. I started by putting in one of the back screws and one of the front screws and just worked my way up. And I only had to modify one, which I think was this one, which I had to drill out like less than 0.5 millimeter. So that went okay. So it seems like once you start putting the screws in, it does kind of pull it in place. I did ask Ryan from Undersoul about the misalignment, and he said it has to do with consistency on Roces' end. I'm not saying that's bullshit, but I find that difficult to believe, because I've never heard of anyone getting replacement sole plates or swapping sole plates from other skates on Roces and having alignment issues. So if that's not the issue, then why are these off? I think like he probably worked really hard on these. They're quite good, not perfect. I think it might have to do with the way the material behaves once you print it, that it adjusts itself slightly. I'm not sure. In any case, it's not a huge issue, I think, but we'll know after I put this one on. Another thing I wanted to mention is the wheel wells. So we've got the wheel well here. On the website it says 4 millimeters. This one is flat. The one in the front kind of tapers. It's less deep on this end than it is in the front. Ooh, that's a lot of sun. We also have this entire bit that is a bit deeper, so that would allow you to put bigger wheels in the middle as well. It's only 1.5 mil deep, so I'm not sure how much that's gonna do, but let's talk weight. If you hold them both in your hands, you can clearly notice that this one weighs a bit more. I don't think it's a huge amount, but it is a bit more. Putting them on the scales, we can see that the Roces one is about 275, 277. The Undersoul one comes out at just under 400. So that is 135 grams-ish? 130-ish grams. So it is a bit heavier. I don't think you'll notice it when skating, really. Even if like the Roces skate is quite known to be quite light, like 100 grams is whatever. Let's put them on. So they don't fit. They didn't last time either, but you can get them on. They are just very tight. So what I had to do yesterday is make sure the back is properly aligned. Make sure the holes on the back are properly aligned. Put some screws in there and push down the toe and try and get some hold on one of these screws and go from there. And then it will pull itself into place. If you look at it now, it looks like it wouldn't actually fit. Like this is all on top of there, but it will fit. So let's start by drilling out these UFS holes, if that's the official term. I'm using an 8mm drill. As you can see, almost fits in there. So just gonna make it slightly bigger. That is just a tad bigger, and let's see if they fit now. So that one went in, and the one in the back also goes in. Okay, so step one done. Now before I put them on, I'm going to put some Scotch tape on these so they stay in place while I try to mount them, because otherwise they're going to fall out and I'm going to have to take the entire thing off a few times, so I want to avoid that. So now let's see if we can actually get them on. Done, that was easy. Yeah, so seems like the holes in the back are just about aligned. So I'm going to just adjust a bit and see if I can get a screw in there. I think it's taking. Okay, so first screw is in there solidly. The second one seems like I'm going to have to drill a bit. So let's try and get one in the front to pull this into position. Seems like this one is going to work, so let's give that a shot. Okay, and that one's going to work as well. Now, if I need to drill out some of these holes, I'm going to do it with the sole plate on, because the worst that can happen is that I push the T-nut through and I took the liner out, so I'm not going to drill into anything I don't want to drill into. You can see this hole should be okay. This one's probably okay as well. We'll see about these. And that one hasn't aligned properly yet either, but we'll just go over them one at a time and hopefully we don't have to adjust too much. Let's see if we can tighten this one a bit more now. Pull everything into place just a bit more, and maybe this one as well. Okay, so yeah, that one might work, so let's give it a shot. Let's see if it goes in. Whoops, I pushed the T-nut through. Talking about T-nuts, Undersoul actually provided 4 sets, so I guess it's nice. I don't need them because my skates came with them, so it's a bit weird that they do provide these but not the razors ones that you need, although Ryan did say that in future shipments they intend to include the razors ones. So if that's something if you're about, ask before you order and they will tell you if they are included now or not. So T-nut is back in place and I'm going to try and get this one in. It seems like it's going in. I can feel the T-nut tightening. Yep, that's good. So just this one left. So it's might work. Probably not, but let's try. I'll hold it in place on the inside just to be sure. I think it might be going in. Yep, it's going in. So no modifications needed on this end. So that is a relief, because less modifications is better. There you go. 7 down, 1 to go. And I'm not sure, can you see that? It seems like it's the least aligned of all of them, but I'm going to try it anyway, just in case. Because all the other ones went so well, considering how bad it looked. What is it? Oh, I can feel it gripping. Yep, it's in. Okay, so that's a pleasant surprise. So yesterday I had to drill out one of the holes with the 4mm drill. So what I did is I had it in here, put it in, and just put it through the hole, and then pushed it towards the side where I wanted it to open without pushing down, just pushing to the side, just shaving off just a little bit of plastic on the side. No need for that today. And my Scotch tape kept both the T-nuts in place for the UFS, so I can put the frames on. And by putting in the screw, I pushed the T-nut out. Luckily, inside the boot, it's probably hard to see, but in the back here there is this hole. It's about square, and you can push the T-nut into place from there, and now it is where it needs to be again. So let's try that again. And that's pulling it into place. Oh, my finger was stuck. So one down. It's not super tight yet, but I want to get them both in first, then align the frame straight, because for some reason UFS has quite a bit of give on it. I guess there's good reason to make sure everything is compatible, but I'm thinking this is quite good, so I'll tighten these. There we go. So all we need is 2 more wheels and a liner, and we're good to go. That's about right. Done. So number 2 done. Easier than the first one because I didn't have to adjust any of the mounting holes except for the UFS ones. Yeah, good lesson, I guess. Anyone who's interested in these sole plates, if it looks like it's not going to fit, it seems like it will. If it looks like the holes are not going to align, most of them will. Yeah, it's a bit of a pity you have to adjust some of the holes, and like the UFS ones. I would say it's not a big issue. It's fine. What I'm most interested in is how do these skate? With the distance between the side of the frame and the start of the groove being about 5mm wider, that should affect boot down angle noticeably, I think. As I noted in one of my previous videos, the boot down angle with the solar frame and the stock sole plate was over 45 degrees, probably not much more, but over 45 degrees. And I would think that with the sole plates it'd be slightly less. So we'll see. It's a bit difficult to do side by side because you have to do one skate with the new sole plate and one with the old sole plate, but then you've got left and right boot. And then, so either they angle in different directions or you have to flip one around and so they go in the same direction, but it's difficult to align them this way to make it look right. So I tried taking a picture where you could see the difference and you can't really see it, even though I'm pretty sure there is a notable difference. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it feels. I like how they look. Anders wants me to buy green laces and he found some at Rebel Sport. They're like $7. Would be cool. I think it's a bit of a waste because I don't do my laces up. Like even these laces, they're really good laces. They're wasted on me because unless I go vert skating, I don't do them up. They're just like this. Just fasten my buckle and off I go. Yeah, it would be a sick look.